Before we begin, I need you to understand one thing. Motherhood is universal. The pain of loss? That is a language every living creature understands. And for one caramel street dog named Ginger, life was about to teach her a lesson in both. Ginger had lived her entire life on the fringe, an expert in survival. But when her three beautiful puppies arrived, Buster, Rocky, and Daisy, her focus shifted entirely from surviving to providing. She was a fortress of fur and fierce love, fueled by an instinct as old as time. The street is a harsh environment for any mother, and one night, tragedy arrived in the guise of human indifference. A man, stumbled and lost in his own despair, saw the tiny lives. Driven by a twisted impulse, perhaps loneliness or simply cruelty, he did the unthinkable. He took them, ripped them away from the only warmth and safety they had ever known. And just like that, the den was silent. Ginger's cries echoed under the bridge, a primal, heart-wrenching wail of a mother who had lost everything. For days, she searched. Her body, full of milk but starving for purpose, began to shut down. Her caramel coat dulled, her spirit dimmed. She had no energy to eat, no will to fight. She was a ghost of her former self. Just when she believed her heart had been completely hollowed out, the universe offered a fragile, mewling sound, a sound that pierced through her grief and sparked the fire of her maternal instinct back to life. Two abandoned kittens. Left to starve, their little cries were a mirror of the distress she had just endured. A mother's heart is boundless. It doesn't ask for a species check. It only recognizes need. Ginger saw two helpless creatures who needed a mother, and she was a mother who desperately needed to nurture. It was an impossible act of adoption. The kittens found warmth, protection, and nourishment. Ginger found purpose. She cleaned them, protected them from stray dogs and the ever-present dangers of the streets. She taught them to hunt little scraps, to hide when necessary, and to stick close. She was Mom, the mighty, caramel, short-haired mother to two furry, purring feline babies. Their happy little existence was about to be threatened. The street, after all, belonged to the humans. And not all humans possess the heart to tolerate life outside their perfect fences. A disgruntled anti-animal resident called Animal Control. Their complaint? Stray animals disturbing the peace and creating a mess. Ginger, the street veteran, knew the drill. She barked a sharp warning, a command for her babies to run. She led the handler on a furious chase, drawing his attention away. Her years of running gave her the advantage, and she managed to slip away into the labyrinth of alleyways. But her children, her beloved kittens, didn't have her street smarts. They were captured. Ginger was free, but alone again. A new, piercing grief settled in. Her two adopted babies were gone. They were taken to the local animal shelter and medical facility for processing. The shelter was a strange place, a place of hope, but also separation. The kittens, after their medical check, were placed in the cat wing. The shelter was also home to a recently rescued litter of puppies, 3 short-haired caramel puppies named Buster, Rocky, and Daisy. Yes, they were Ginger's biological children, the ones that had been taken weeks ago, found abandoned again, and brought in by a kind passerby. It was impossible. They had no way of knowing their mother was there. But as the kittens were moved past the puppies' kennel, something miraculous happened. The puppies, until now quiet and withdrawn, erupted. They began to cry, to whine, to push their noses against the bars, frantically sniffing the air. They smelled it, the scent of their mother. It was infused deeply into the fur of the two kittens she had spent weeks nursing, protecting, and loving. They didn't see cats. They smelled the residual, familiar, comforting scent of home and Mom. The staff, baffled by the strange interaction, decided to house them together. The reaction was instantaneous. The puppies, Buster, Rocky, and Daisy, immediately curled around the two kittens, Whiskers and Shadow. They were inseparable, sleeping in a tangle of fur, a strange, beautiful, and complete family unit. The shelter had a story to tell, and the 6 inseparable animals were the main characters. 2 friends, Ethan and Olivia, arrived looking to adopt. They were immediately drawn to the sight of the puppies and kittens, all curled up together, a story written in their sleep. They heard the incredible tale, the lost puppies, the adopted kittens, the scent reunion. Ethan and Olivia, moved beyond words, decided to do something extraordinary. They were friends, and they would ensure the family stayed together. They made a pact. Ethan adopted Buster, the caramel puppy, and Whiskers, one of the kittens. Olivia adopted Rocky and Daisy, the other 2 caramel puppies, and Shadow, the second kitten. The family was split across 2 homes, but their bond was intact. Frequent visits, playdates, and endless photos confirmed it. They were still one family. The dogs and cats adjusted quickly to their new, comfortable lives, but there was one missing piece, one beautiful caramel piece. One afternoon, Ethan and Olivia decided to take the whole crew for a walk around the park lake, a place where Ginger often frequent. The animals stopped dead in their tracks. Their noses went up, sniffing the wind, their tails wagging tentatively. And then, there she was, sitting patiently under a large willow tree, watching them with those same deep, knowing caramel eyes. Ginger, the mother. She recognized her biological children by sight and her adopted babies by scent and memory. The reunion was immediate. The puppies barked with joy, the kittens rubbed against her legs, purring loudly. The maternal bond, severed by cruelty, was miraculously mended. Ethan and Olivia immediately understood. This was the legendary mother. They offered her a home, a warm bed, and safety. But Ginger, the true spirit of the street, had made her choice. She was a survivor, a free spirit. She wouldn't stay. She preferred her freedom. But every single day, she would return to the park lake. And every single day, Ethan and Olivia would be there with the whole family, and with fresh food and water, respecting her freedom but ensuring her life was a little easier. They knew the truth. Love doesn't require a roof or a specific species. It just requires a heart willing to give. From the streets to the hearts of an unlikely family. What an incredible journey. If this story touched your heart, if you believe in the power of unconditional love and second chances, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and share this video. It helps us find and share more incredible stories just like Ginger's. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.